always, the agenda is in the calendar, so if you don't have it, jump in the calendar. Or if you can't, let me know and I'll drop it somewhere else too. Intentions and distractions. I guess I'll get started. We'll start with that. Intentions are, we're closing our sprint 3 tomorrow. So my intentions are to, get a reading of where we are. Get a reading of where we are in terms of like our feelings for, temperature check on the community. And maybe end 5 minutes early if we're being really hopeful. Distractions, I don't have any, and I'll pass to Juan Carlos.
My distraction is that I was trying to record this call, but the OBS doesn't work that well in my computer, so I'm letting Septimus do it as he always does, and I will pass to him.
Thank you, Juan. My intentions for the call are, to wrap up. I think on transparency we are going quite well, so at least by myself, I could offer some help on other working groups, and I don't have any distraction. I'll pass it to Santi.
Hello, everyone. Intentions to just check the temperature of the rest of the groups and sync with what they're doing, and no distractions today. I'll pass it to Griff.
Griff, are you there? Okay, I'll take it. Intentions are, to close the sprint, see how we're doing. And distractions, I had so much coffee in the morning and now I'm having some type of coffee clash. Like my everything is going down and I'm trying to stay here. And I pass to Griff.
Thank you. Sorry, my internet, I had to switch routers and you guys must have called on me right at that moment. I'm distracted by, I have soup in front of me and my intentions are just to go through the board and see what we got to do. I'm excited to finish off another sprint. I'll pass it to Metaverde.
Hey, coffee seems to be a theme today. My intention is to pay attention and absorb what's going on and continue to put together the token engineering commons picture. And my distraction, honestly, is the agave that we're coming out with. And we're doing an NFT with agave squish pillows, and the logo's too cute. And I'm probably going to be distracted by that for weeks. And has Jess gone? I just popped in. Jess, have you gone?
Not yet.
Yeah, Santi?
Santi went already, so I'll jump in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, just to listen and see.
Oh, you hadn't gone. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just to listen and no distractions. And awesome. I think everybody went.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So am I sharing my screen? I did try. Okay, great. So I think it's, we'll take the first 10 minutes. I really liked doing this on the comms call, and I think we'll take 10 minutes, is it? 5-10 minutes, Juan, to do the Ho'oponopono to start this meeting. I'd love that. So I'll pass to you.
Okay, I was thinking in this during the night, and I was thinking that we are so lucky in the positions that we are right now, that we have to be very thankful for all that we are living, because we are in a position of privilege, and it's so wonderful what the life is putting to us. that we shouldn't like comply like to or to the things that we live. Like we shouldn't quejarse. Like I'm sorry, I forgot this word.
Complain.
Yes,
Complain.
complain. That we shouldn't complain for the things that we are living and the situations we have, because we always have a ceiling in our nights, and we always have food in our plates. And even though we are thinking on transforming our societies, and we're thinking on these new institutions, there is still a lot of people who is having a really bad time for the institutions and for the decisions that we have taken in the past. So I was thinking that we should be very grateful for all what we live, and also to forgive any bad moment that we may have, or that we may have, because the bad moments that we have are nothing compared to the suffering that that takes place in this world. And we are all very lucky in our everyday life, and we are so loved. We are so much loved by our families, but by our friends, by our colleagues, that this is something that we should be very grateful for. So today it wasn't like a meditation, but I was like reflecting a little bit on this, and being grateful, and to not try to complain for the things we are living, because we are in positions of joy. And yeah, it's just that what I wanted to share with you guys today.
Thanks, Juan Carlos. That was lovely. Okay, so I'm going to propose that what we do is we sort of go around the room, and we look at the board and do the community check and sort of like progress for the sprint in the same moment. Just a few things. Spotlight for tomorrow. We did talk about that in the onboarding, but I think we still don't have a spotlight for tomorrow's community sync. If there are any ideas, please share them. I know Griff said that he would start reaching out to a few people, and I think Jessica, you and Eduardo have reached out to somebody who you're waiting to hear back from. Hi, Craig. Hi, Decentralized SDGs. Welcome. Advanced token engineering. This came up in the communications yesterday. We have a line on the website, which is ethical and sustainable token ecosystems. And we sort of talked about also having just the very quick, very brief advanced token engineering. So what is TEC? What does TEC do? TEC advances token engineering. As like the one phrase that everyone says all the time, and we put everywhere. So if anyone wonders what the Token Engineering Commons is doing, we're advancing token engineering. Okay, so we're pipping. I don't know what comes after pipping. Metaverde might have the next step between pipping and hatching, but it might be hatching. So we'll have to have an intermediary step. Should we go around the board and do a community check, and then, well, actually, hold on. I just want to see if there's any blockers. Okay, so there's no blockers, and Marco has designed the TEC website, but I don't think Marco is here, okay, today. So maybe we'll go through our working groups. Santi, why don't we start with you if there's anything in legal, and you can also give your reflections on anything you've noticed in the community today, and just a general temperature check there this week.
Okay. The Hutch terms are almost done. I would say they are done. We are just waiting for the final thoughts on this new member that joined last week, Sean, and he was gonna take a look at a couple of paragraphs that we reviewed, but everything's been reviewed. So I would say we can consider these done, and we will incorporate his comments whenever he join. He offers them probably next week, next Friday. The legal terms and conditions for the gravity group, we have to review that. I just don't know who's leading that. Okay. And the meeting attendance terms are pretty much the same than the terms for the hatching phase. So we're just about finishing with those. We've reviewed them, and there's probably a final review, but two experts have gone over them. So we're just, I would say it's just a matter of format, but the content is already done. So we're pretty much finished with those two. I just have to check that gravity term legal. I think it's a coordination, but I have to check. I'm not sure what that issue is. And concerning the temperature, go ahead, Dan.
Oh, I was just going to say that legal TNC, that one is on Juan Carlos. And I think you and he can maybe sync up on that, on what, if there is, I don't know if there's already the terms and conditions for gravity group. Maybe it just needs a final legal eye on it before we can use them. Is that right, Juan Carlos?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, continue, Sandy.
Yeah, and the temperature feels great. I feel that there's people joining, and we're growing, which is great. We also had a great discussion Monday with Libby and Mateo, and Tuesday on the self-governance group about source grid, which is also a sign that we are moving forward, because more and more people are starting to get interested on how we're going to give praise after Hatch, which is great to discuss. And that's basically it. I'm happy that we are having new members on the group and new members on the DAO. There's also this friend of Mera Verde that she got in touch with me. Apparently she quit her job, and that's why she was taking a little longer to come back to me, but probably she's also going to join. So we're pretty much covered.
That's amazing. Thank you for updating me.
Thank you for pushing her.
No, I love it when people quit their job to go full-time crypto.
Yeah, I like when people just quit their job to do anything else. It's usually a good sign to quit your job. Zeptimus, do you want to talk about
great. When you quit, something's great.
Yeah. Zeptimus, do you want to talk about transparency? I see there's nothing on the board, so just let's have a check-in on how you're seeing our community this last week.
Well, this week we actually did we almost closed all the issues. But the thing is, we did the audit with Gravity, and it was great, and we gathered some feedback, and which is exciting is like now next sprint we are going to focusing on board Hatcher's outreach audit, and Libby also offered to do that, so that's going to be awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much all. And regarding the temperature, I think that's going great. It's growing so fast, and yeah, every call there is new people, and that's awesome. And I just wanted to say I just saw a video from Griff like from 2 years ago, and he was like speaking about all of this, and it's amazing like how like he was even speaking about conviction voting, and that's so great. Yeah, just wanted to say that. Yeah, back to you, Tom.
I'm going to pass it to Griff then to comment on the video from 2 years ago, and then to do TEC Paramms and Commons Forum.
Nice. What do you mean comment on the video from 2 years ago? Well, thank you, Zeb. That's I don't know what else to comment on. But okay, well, for the Garden Swarm, is that where you are? Sorry. For Garden Storm, we're posting, I think actually, I don't know if it either got posted last hour or it's being posted this hour. Sam and Chewy are posting the request for funding, which was a big milestone for us. Also, we have the most of the documentation done. Thank you so much, Septimus, for helping out so much on that. That was really critical. Also, Mitch came in and helped on that. The big updates from Garden Swarm are just, trying to freeze the hatch, and we're having challenges with the tooling. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure we can almost close this, but it's not there yet. And then on the TEC Paramms, Vitor and Fabio are like a dynamic duo, and they're hacking on it. So that's hopefully going to get done this week. We're going to call the hatch parameters like design process good enough by the end of the week is the goal, or by this time next week. That's the goal, and then we'll probably have the last finishing touches the week after that, but that's pretty much there. And we'll have a vote this week on the choosing hatch parameters. I was in the process of making it during one of the calls earlier today, but it's not done. But it'll just be a poll. The forum post is already. That's the 283. So yeah, that's it.
Excellent. Eduardo, since we just had our hatch outreach weekly, do you want to go next and update everyone on how we're doing with hatchers and proposals?
Sure. Hi everyone. Sorry to be late for this call. I will be reading your screen, Tim. So we basically right now have all these proposals. The proposal of wildcards and Hydra DX. Hydra DX came and did a follow-up. Wildcards got blocked by the lack of engaged content for them. Basically, they were very straightforward. They apologized, but they basically explained that there's too much documentation to read, and they have quite a weird schedule for a call, so that got blocked a little bit. We will try next week to sync again in order to get the proposals. There is another one that needs to be added there, which is the proposal for Decade, which is a proposal that we got, which we should be on the works with just came out of our call with just a few hours ago. And then HRTX is to be in this sprint, and also Akasha Hub sprint. There is another one that comes from Akasha, which is Nicolene. She has a project that could be interesting for the engineering community, so that also goes in there. So those two, the last Nicolene proposal is not put it up there. I will put it after this call. And then onboarding hatchers, we have scheduled some calls for next week that Griff explained, and then we are finishing onboarding ourselves. So probably just you will be hearing from us soon enough about onboarding you, because we are finishing onboarding Stewards, and the only ones that are missing out is Jess and Marco. So we will try to onboard you guys and fit in the agenda whenever that's possible. If anyone has any curiosity about it, we have the issue in GitHub. That's, you can type the word Tam and it will show Tam and Jake, and it will show up. And then we have opened a new.
I took the name off. It's a different name now, but I'll find the issue for you.
And then we have another issue that is it was brought out by a suggestion of Juan, which is basically to onboard people who are sort of close to the community but not part of the community yet, or are satellite to the community. So you feel free, anyone here in this call, if you have someone like that, on mine. You can add it or just comment on it. If we can find that one, outreach to hatchers in the community or PG community. This is the issue number 439. If anyone wants to add any name, we can do the reach out, or if you leave the handler or a context, also that can be done, or privately if you feel it's sensitive information, just send it to me or to Tom privately, and then I will do the outreach. Also, we sort of low-key decided to, rather than Hatcher, to be a Hatch outreach working group, since we are also considering the projects and the proposals as part of the Hatch. Do not leave, do not just simplify to Hatcher, but also to Hatch. The next point, we are doing AMA calls on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Central European time. If anyone wants to invite a project that they have like low-key interest on the TEC, or someone that you find a hard time explaining what is the TEC about, or someone who is just around but never been convinced enough, just invite them to join this call with any doubts, any questions. It's a nice call. We are switching every Wednesday. Livy and I, we are exchanging. So one Wednesday is her, the next one is me. It's a nice space to welcome people that is new to the community. Down that end, today, just a small feedback. We had and praise to Jess and Evie and whoever else posted this on Twitter. We had a guy coming from Nepal that he arrived to our call, AMA call, because he was praised on Twitter and he wanted to know more about what was that praise about, and then he jumped into the call, and so it came out from Twitter. So Twitter actually works. So thanks for that, Jess and Evie. And then we have one more thing, which is the onboarding, the new Discord TEC Chris section. Pam, if you can I will ask you to give me an update on that. If we have any progress, because I haven't talked to you, so I don't know any progress on this onboarding journey that we sort of scripted with Metaverde and you on the call. So yeah, just wondering what it's new, and that will be all.
I mean, I'll pass that to Metaverde, because she took it and she ran with it, and she built the server with the help of somebody. Metaverde, do you want to speak to it a little bit, or shall I even bring up the Discord so you can talk to it while we're looking at it?
You can bring it up.
Let me do that. It's nice to see.
No, it was a little sidetracked. So what are we looking at on the Discord? V got it fixed so that the working group should be visible for everybody. And
here goes.
I'm always so surprised when I see things with a light background anymore. Yeah, V is so amazing. Oh my gosh, he's such a benefit to me. I'm so happy to have him around. I still haven't prettified the onboarding. I've like really upped my workout schedule because I got my belt test next month and everyone's out of shape from COVID. So I was exhausted and actually slept most of the night. And I'm not sure what you're asking about it. You can access the working groups now, right?
I don't see that I can.
Interesting.
But I don't know. I can go to groups.
That's interesting because my interesting. Okay.
Just to contextualize, just regarding welcoming people and so on, just to clarify, just to finish the section of the Hatch outreach, just to finish it, if this GitHub issue got closed, or is there more sessions or more work to do regarding welcoming new people? That's my question.
So to be honest, the onboarding on the Discord is super smooth. It does ask you if there's, it does ensure you're not a bot, and it does ask you to do the terms and conditions or the code of conduct or whatever we end up putting in there. I think that there's still some resolution around what we do next, whether we use that Discord server, or we migrate it to the other Discord server, and then hopefully we can just invite everybody, at least,
Why would I don't know what you mean by migrate. This Discord server set up and the other one isn't.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
And I haven't had a chance to work on the onboarding more yet, and V took care of a lot of the stuff last night. It's interesting that you accepted the terms and conditions. You went to the rules and clicked on the rules.
I got the DM for it, so yeah. Oh no, the DM was the
DM's the bot. So there needs to be instructions to click the check mark on the rules page. Let me see if I can.
I just did it and that worked.
Okay, so now can you see the working groups?
Yes, now I see them.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah, so I just need to add instructions for that. Are you on mute? I think you're on mute, Tam.
Yeah, I'm on mute.
Okay.
So do we invite all the stewards to that channel? And
it's fine. You can. Yeah. Anybody can come on. We're going to need to, until I get the instructions filled out in the onboarding, we're going to need to prompt people to accept the rules. I should have time this afternoon to work on that, and I think it's good to go. People can, like, if you want pins, drop it in the channel you want the pins in, and V or I will pop the pins up. And I'm not sure really, besides making the onboarding more like, so that to check the rules on the rules page. I'm not sure what else to do. If somebody wants the rules page changed, we can do that. But I mean, I can just as easily hand it over and the next person can do that too.
The big, I think there's still some pieces that are set up in the other one and that aren't set up in the new one. There's some bridge channels that were put up. There's some, I think there needs to be some coordination. Who is leading the setup of the other? Was it Chris and Jess, or?
Yeah, Chris. Chris is done with it. He sent me a thank you for setting up this one, and he's happy to not have to do it.
Oh, cool. So then I don't know who did the bridge channels. I assume it was Kai. I think he might have to just like somehow reset them up. It's in the old one, it's called Ecosystem.
Oh, those channels. Are those already
They're not bridged? No, I just set them up to be bridged and recommending which communities we start with.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anything on the old servers or on the other new servers bridged yet anyway. And we've got the Praise bot set up on this one now, and Groovy works, and so people can at least go listen to music.
Awesome. That was the only thing I saw, but otherwise it looks great. Thank you so much, Meta.
Yeah, is bridging something that V can do? Does he have access to all the things that he needs to bridge that, or is that something inside Token Engineering needs to do?
We would want to work with Kai. He does it in his sleep. He's been doing it for years, so it'll just be easier for him to.
Excellent. Yeah,
I think he's admins in like all these other servers.
I'll send you his handle right now, Metaverde.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I think, if you guys are comfortable inviting people to it, I have no problem with that. You can load it up, get some action going, and then I'll take Kai and see about getting everything bridged, and I think it's going to be good to go. Hopefully I can take care of the onboarding prettiness today and pass off ownership tomorrow if somebody's ready to take it.
And we pass it to, this is an open question mark. Who are we passing it to?
I mean, I don't have to pass it tomorrow, but I'm down to any time. So we got so much coming out of One Hive that I need to focus on.
Is this something that we pass to Chris? Does that make the most sense?
I feel like Chris doesn't have the time to deal with it. That's why he was happy that I'd done it. Like if it's gonna be passing it to Chris, then I'll go ahead and hold on to it unless Chris messages me and lets me know that it's something he wants to do, because I feel like it's something that he had a hard time finding time for.
Yeah, we'll have to sort that out with the comms
Okay.
Jay in the comms team.
I'm good now
NHL.
that it's pretty much set up. I'm good. I can like hold on to it until somebody's ready, as long as it's not like months and months.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Minerva.
You're on mute, Tam.
You gotta be kidding me. Maybe we invite the TEC stewards now to join. We can drop that in the stewards channel. Okay. Does that answer your questions, Eduardo? I know we went into a bit of a tangent there, but it's important, and the Discord is looking great now, actually. So
Yeah, for me it's perfect. Thank you so much for your work and answer.
Where are you dropping the invitation, Tam?
in the TEC stewards group.
Oh,
Does that make
by the way,
sense? Or maybe-
shall we close that issue of the onboarding journey then?
Why don't we leave it open just till tomorrow? Let someone join and see if there's any things that anybody else notices. For me, it was super smooth, super easy.
Perfect.
I'm not seeing the TEC stewards group under TE Commons. What am I missing? General voting com, soft gov.
Oh, I think we need to add you there. It's on Telegram.
Oh, you're on Telegram. Okay.
It's on Telegram, Mera Pere.
Okay. I dropped it in the general on the Discord also.
Oh, cool. We're gonna get a lot of people then. But we really test it.
Yeah, no, I think that's okay. I mean, people are gonna need prompting to check the rules is all until I get that fixed.
Yeah, right. Good point. Okay, great. Eduardo, does that wrap it up?
Sorry, it takes so long.
No, it's okay. It's cool. Soft Glove, Livia, do you want to give your updates on the community and on what Soft Glove is up to this last week of the sprint?
Yeah. Updates in the community. I think we had somehow a turbulent week. I felt it like that. Many things we are like testing our processes, and I think there was a few disagreements that we are like integrating, understanding how to move with them, and I think that's like good reflections for Gravity too. But I also think we're doing like amazing, and I feel very, very motivated and very proud and very excited of every day from everything that is happening in the community. And I think this is like a ever growing feeling. So I feel very, energized from it. And I think maybe this is a shared feeling. And then from my issues, I closed the Eat Denver presentation and onboarding Juan and Den, and I completely forgot that the Graviton presentation was this week, so I added to in progress that I'm working on that with Juan. We had a call yesterday, and today I'll finish like outlining the presentation for tomorrow. And then this issue, Principle 5, start mutual accountability methods. I think from the discussions we had in SoftGov, it's very clear to me, but I wanted to check with everyone that accountability is transparency, that like the transparency working group is handling the mutual accountability. And from all the answers we had when this question came up in SoftGov, it's like leave it open, and that is and everyone is the watchman kind of thing. And I feel like this is already the mutual accountability. So I would close this issue, but
Can I add one
yeah.
thing here? On transparency, we were thinking like would be nice to do a meeting with you, Livy, in some hour, like it's good for everyone. And but we were thinking like this article we show. I'm sure you remember that one to talks about info availability, sovereignty. What we were thinking is like with you, we define more or less what are the values we are showing from the TEC, and then on the transparency, we focus the questions more regarding that point. But it would be so nice to have a meeting with you to make it clear, and yeah, just that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk more about this and we can like have a more round understanding. But I think my feeling is that we shouldn't like create many processes on top of what we already have. And I feel like the transparency and the audits and they are like handling actual accountability already because we are aware of everything that's happening. And if I think that something is not there, I can look for it. And then also I was reading more about Celeste yesterday, and they have a feature that is an escrow mechanism. So I think this is really exciting. It's something I've been thinking for like a long time, and DAOs, how this always creates so much problems to not have this. So I think if we move forward with Celeste together with transparency and the graduated sanctions, this is going to be like a very solid base for the mutual accountability. And then I started to put all of everything into the GitHub, into the Gitbook. And putting it there is kind of like restructuring some of the things we've got. So I'm having a second look. And yeah, this unfortunately is not going to be ready until tomorrow, I think. Mostly because I forgot of Graviton, but it's like very soon. I'm feeling embarrassed with this issue because it's there forever. And then, yeah, I think that's it for me.
Okay, cool. The praise system also comes up, and I know I saw the soft club meeting yesterday where we talked about the new praise. So excited about it. It looks really, really fantastic. Okay, cool. So welcome, Durgadas. Nice to see you. It's our TDC Stewards meeting. Welcome. Jess, shall we do comms?
Yeah, sure. It'll be a quick one. Everything seems to be on track, so I don't know if there's really anything we need to chat about. I haven't heard from Marco today, but we're usually checking in fairly regularly, so I'll just ask him if he needs anything or everything's flowing well. But he's usually very verbal if he needs something. So yeah, I think everything's flowing.
Okay, cool. How is the video coming along? And then if you want to just give your feedback on temperature check for the community and what you've observed last week.
Yeah, I'd say I feel similarly to Livia in that I think we still have some discussions that are not as open as maybe they could be for shared discussions. And I don't think, we have the gravity group in place, but I'm not sure we haven't fully tested, or most things we've been able to kind of flow with and transform on a one-on-one basis. But I do wonder how deep or open people are willing to be or go when it comes to learning from these frictions. and sharing those kind of openly, I feel like it could be like sometimes it could be disruptive, sometimes it could be like a very big learning. So I still don't know where all of the stewards stand on these kind of discussions or what space that we could have in more of a community setting rather than like a one-on-one resolution, but just like Livia and I had discussed, like documenting some of these things because they are happening in communities, and I don't think we should hide from them or hide them. And you know, it doesn't have to be like happy all the time. Like I don't think that's actually very natural for what people are experiencing in different ways. But I also feel if not done in the right space, setting, or whatnot, could be disruptive for some people. So I think maybe just fleshing out how, maybe that's a discussion for the SoftGov working group, because Livia, I feel like the framing you have of like asking questions, that's like a really good time and space to like hear from different people and get the collective feedback. As far as the video goes, I have a few interviews set up, but I am sitting with a few things this week, whether or not to continue with that project for a few reasons. So I will report back by the beginning of next week.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think the only one we missed was maybe me. Juan Carlos, did we do gravity? You're up.
I'm also missing.
Yeah, no, you're up now.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, as Libby, I also felt that this was somewhat of a very moving week with a lot of energies and that maybe and different points of view, but that's also something which I can think that is the reflect of the commitment that we all have in the community and that we all wish to do our best role. And yeah, it's normal that we have certain coordination issues, and also because we are in this decentralized context and with all different time zones, that sometimes it makes difficult to even to schedule like a one-on-one meeting. But it's also very interesting to see how like everything is moving, and the complexity is like a reflection of that things are coming along. And yes, for me, it has also been very interesting to see the reaction of people to the Graviton training. And I'm very happy to have Livy for tomorrow's session, because I think that Gravity as a project in the TEC has a lot to thank to SoftGov because of identifying the need of a cultural build, and of identifying the need of asking ourselves questions of how to unlearn some of the things that we have already learned that divide us, and try to relearn some new principles that can work for a inclusive and a bigger community. So I think that's really amazing. Also, I am writing a blog post for the Medium, and also some of you have already checked it. I passed it also to Durgadas, so he can add some ideas, and we are going to have like some reviews before publishing it. But the idea is maybe to publish it today or tomorrow. And for the sprint backlog, I think that I still need like one last hack session or review on the review on the code of conduct for gravity, because there are some things that we said that could be better explained in last session, and I have hacked on them a little bit, but I would love the review. And also I made a paragraph in the legal hatch terms that I would like Santi to review this Friday. And the other thing is that I have to apply to the Swiss membership, but I already reported that I am having a trouble with the application.
Cool. Thanks.
I think that's it.
Okay. And then I will say, for the stewards, we're supposed to give some more attention to the manifesto, and I've been thinking a lot about it, but I haven't really put anything, I haven't made any updates. And I know we created it through our hack session where we all worked on it at the same time, which was really great. And I am definitely at risk of not finishing this sprint, but yeah, we'll see how much I can do tomorrow morning. Okay, awesome. Thanks, everyone. There's actually one other thing I'd like to bring up. We have maybe 5 minutes if we're going to leave 5 minutes early. And, over the last few days, I've had people ask how they can help. And in this call, Zeptimus asked how he can help. And, one of our working groups, Sebnum and Omega, is asking for help coordination of the group. And I'm wondering how we can, or if there's a place for us to do this, put the people who are looking for how to contribute and the places where we need contribution together more strategically. Because I'm feeling like I'm trying to pass this information, but maybe we can have one on that. And I'll ask you, Livia, about your thinking on that as the SoftGov steward.
Yeah, good question. I also thought today for the AMA call that we could have a list of things that we could give to people that are joining, like in case they wanted to jump right into action. But maybe this could become issues that we flag for contributors.
Okay. Does anyone else have any other thoughts or ideas or suggestions? And if not, we can close this meeting early.
I have this. I can. My role is like a guerrilla contributor, so I do feel like I've got relatively little time, and I was contributing a little bit too much in too many places, so I got a little bit burned out. So I do wonder if we could maybe potentially identify as a group people who want to kind of guerrilla collaborate in some way, and have that be an identifiable sort of strategy for our group to take advantage of people like myself, who I feel like have quite a bit to contribute, but not necessarily so much time or bandwidth. I don't know what you think.
I have 2 ideas.
Yeah. Sorry, may I just ask you to define guerrilla contributor, and then Jess, you take it?
Yeah, I just kind of pop in and out when I have time, and and then I contribute where I can, and try to be strategic about it. I know that I'm not a token engineer, but I think that I contribute more in a cultural way. So I just wonder if there's some way maybe to harness folks like myself who want to contribute in this kind of sporadic manner.
Go ahead, Jess. Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah, I was just thinking two things. We could have like a forum board, like a posting section, like a help wanted. We could also create a corresponding channel in Discord, and or I think it could be fun instead of, or in addition to GitHub, like if we had a Miro board with sticky notes, like how you have a help wanted thing, like in a cafe where people put up little business cards, or I don't know, that could be fun. Put up little post-it notes with emojis in different colors. Maybe a little more fun way.
Okay. All right. Maybe we look at some ideas for how to do this. I like the idea of maybe the forum, or maybe it's GitHub, or more, maybe it's, you know, opening these questions up in the community. I offer to Sebnem that we ask in our community sync if there's anybody who'd like to help the Omega working group with the coordination and then with the survey. So yeah, maybe we just figure out how to do this, because I'm starting to get a few. As our community is growing bigger, there's going to be more, and we don't really have something in process yet to do that matching. I think that would be great for us to find something.
Yeah, I'm also a little confused, and also the proliferation of different platforms are like, okay, Discord, and okay, forum, and okay, you know, Mirrorboard, and all these different things could be a little confusing for a person who just kind of want to pop in and out.
Yeah. All right. Well, 5 minutes to the hour, and we're going to close this meeting unless, Griff, you want to say something before we close.
I did just want to add that just one last thing is just having someone who is a community manager. I mean, I think we are all community managers, but we have like all of our separate focuses. Having one person that is the funnel is very, it makes things easy. So.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah. So how do we do that?
Working group, community management group.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I think that's kind of an ongoing issue with DAOs.
I think that the role of the community manager, and also like I think that maybe the role of community manager and also the moderator of Discords can also like come up after the Graviton training. Like maybe it can be a responsibility of the Graviton group, like to have certain moderation over Discord, and maybe over the community management.
Okay. I think it's interesting. I don't know that I personally necessarily see management under Graviton, maybe more like separate but working together. Or maybe you're right, maybe it can make the same role. All right. I think we keep thinking about it. Olivia, go ahead.
No, you're right. We're on the top of the hour. We can continue talking on the chat.
Yeah, and also maybe this is a really good, well, we could talk about in the next stewards meeting as well, and come up with new ideas, and maybe in the soft gov, there's a few different places we could really hammer this one out. All right, hey, thanks everyone. Have a great